And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and it is time to continue the tier list series. Now, look, this is like half tier list, half challenge video because my room is about 97 degrees right now. I'm looking disheveled. I look like a sperm with a mustache right now because I just shaved. And it's terrible in here. There's absolutely no airflow. I'm probably going to die of heat stroke halfway through this. So, I've never done a challenge video before. Look, you know the drill when it comes to tier lists already. I'm going to be ranking them in each individual tier. S tier, unquestionable best card in the game. A tier, just a shade under S tier. I feel like the shooting guard tier is also kind of unbalanced, just like the point guard tier. But, we'll kind of go into that more as I start ranking cards. B tier, very average, very usable cards. When I say average, I don't mean that as like an insult. Like an average card would actually be in C tier. I just mean like average in a good sense, right? A card that I would say is like very attainable, but also very usable. C tier, this is going to be like our outdated range, right? All these cards have had their time in the sun, which sounds terrible right now based on the predicament that I am in. D tier. I mean, it's not very good. It's D tier. Like, these cards are really outdated. You know what I mean? F tier. Not good. You should upgrade, is what I'm going to say in this regard. If you can't upgrade, I'm sorry, but if you can, please do. Trash tier. It's trash tier. Bojan, D. Bojan's not very good. You can make a case for C tier if you're like a big Bojan stan. I'll still never forgive him for not going to the Bucks, even though I'm a Bulls fan and I should hate the Bucks, but I can't. They're just endearing, and I don't know what it is. Jim Paxson. Shout out to Jim Paxson. You know what? He does have a strong mustache, much stronger than my own, but I can't say for certain that he's anywhere outside of F tier. It's been a while since he came out. It's not really his fault. Dark Matter Jim Paxson incoming, please. New Year's resolution Dwayne Wade, C tier. Yeah, I mean, he's just outdated. That's it. Julius Irving. Whew. B. I would say, my personal opinion, he's A tier. I'm going to put him in A. This card's really good. I really don't care what anyone says about that. Duncan Robinson, D. I mean, he's still a very good Sapphire, but he's a good Sapphire, and that's really it. Dwayne Wade, D. I mean, this card's okay. He's got a good jump shot. He's better than Jim Paxson. I could say that with the utmost certainty. Normally, I don't drink water in my videos, but, for obvious reasons, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Tony Allen, F tier. He plays incredible defense. Yeah, he can't really do much else. He can boom, but, F tier is appropriate. He's better than Jim Paxson. Like, if just Jim Paxson was down here, I would move him up to D tier, but that's it. DeMar DeRozan, he's basically Tony Allen, but can't play defense with a better jump shot, so F tier as well. Michael Cooper. Badged up Michael Cooper is probably actually B tier, but standard Michael Cooper is going to be C tier for both gens. That's my own opinion. He'll be towards the top of C tier. Joe Caldwell, low C tier. He'll be super low C tier. As you guys know, I rank them within the tiers I was going to say gen level, tiers as well. Luka, he sucks, but he's like objectively lower C tier. Harden. D. Yeah, I mean, you could argue maybe he's low C tier if you want. I just don't see it. Quentin Richardson. Yeah, he's C tier. He's like worse than Dwayne Wade, though, objectively. I might have to put Harden up there. I'll at least put his NBA 75 one because you can give him any badge in the game. Rudy Fernandez is B tier, though. Rudy's really, really solid, man. He's a little bit slow on his feet, for sure. Shout out to Rudy Fernandez. What's he up to right now? Somebody comment below what Rudy Fernandez is up to. I'm pretty curious to see what he's doing right now. Coaching some sort of basketball would be my assumption. I'm guessing like college, maybe like Spanish college basketball. Who knows? Maybe he's still hooping out here. I'd love to dream. I just don't believe that to be the case. Sean Livingston. Evo'd, this card's like D tier. Non-Evo'd, he's F, but Evo'd, he's not too bad. I would put him like right here. He's got a big player build. Like, he can actually shoot. He just can't defend. But I think he's better than Duncan and Dwayne Wade. I think Bojan has the edge over him just a little bit, but really, who cares? Terrence Ross. I know he plays my team, so for that reason, I kind of want to put him in C tier, just a dick ride. But I'm going to go ahead and put him in D tier. They need to give my boy a new card ASAP. The Opal last year was really good. Give him a Dark Matter Fan Favorites card, 2K. NBA players are actually playing your game now, or at least being open about the fact that they're, playing your game. Go do something about it. Adrian Dantley, trash. Straight up. He is. He's just not good. Andy quit on the Lakers in winning time. Terrible. Rex Chapman, D. Rex Chapman's D tier. Same with Drip God, Doug Collins. I mean, my man, no question he didn't do cocaine. I'm sorry, I just have to say that. Bones Highland, super low C tier just because he's a super overpowered emerald, and we really don't have very many of those in regards to the game period, but especially at the shooting guard position. Anthony Simons, he's pretty good, just super outdated. F. Jarrett Culver. Jarrett Culver's really good. I'd put him in C tier. If he was a little better in the badge department, maybe I would put him in B tier because he's got everything else, man. He's got a meta size, good jump shot, like good animations, but whoo, it's fucking hot in here. All right, Anthony Morrow. Shout out to my boy Anthony Morrow. 2K17, wait, was it 17 or 16? 2K at some point during the mid 2010s, legend. Jamal Crawford. D. He's just outdated. That's it. Tyrese Halliburton, I hate this card so much. You could tell me he's D tier. I don't care. This card was an absolute misery to play with when he came out. He's got to be even worse now. Austin Reeves, dude. D. I mean, he's not very good. Like, you can make a case for C tier, I guess. I would use Joe Caldwell over him, though. That's not a joke. I would do that. Josh Giddey. Amethyst Josh Giddey, he's still solid. He can get some run, for sure. Diallo, hot take, he's actually super low C tier. This card's really fun to use. I would actually really welcome a new Diallo. I would. He's good. Drazen, D. He can shoot. That's about it, though. James Bouknight, yeah. Low C tier as well. Like, he's a very overpowered gold card. There's no question about it. Lance Stevenson, I'd put him up here with Culver and Michael Cooper. I still think Michael Cooper's better. I just respect Michael Cooper because of winning time now. I don't know what he did later in life, which I'm sure is horrendous, but, I like him in winning time. Jaylen Brown, B. For sure. Jaylen Brown card's been good all year. This card's no exception. Basically the same. Eddie Johnson, batched up. I mean, you can argue low B tier, but I would say C tier for sure. I'm kind of cruising through these, man. I got 204 cards to rank. Dude, there's so many, and I hit the blueberry pen. I really regret doing that. Jaylen Brown, dude. He's probably like up here in C tier. I would say he's like Eddie Johnson, Jarrett Culver level. He's probably better. I just prefer Trey Burke base, honestly. So Duncan Robinson, B. Big Dunk does not play games. This card is actually really good. Like, is he better than Jaylen Brown? No, I don't think so. I personally like his jump shot better, and I think overall he moves a little bit better. That's just my personal opinion, but Duncan's fire. James Harden, A. I still think Julius Erving is better, though I am a reputable Dr. J D rider for sure, especially in 2K. Dwayne Wade, I would also throw... No, this one's B tier. Yeah, his power within one, I would throw in A tier, but this one's probably B tier. Objectively, probably in front of Duncan Robinson and Jaylen Brown, but like, I like Duncan Robinson. Kevin Huerter, shout out to Kevin Huerter. There's going to be a lot of sharpshooting white guys in D tier. AO, I'm a big AO fan, but he's not quite up to snuff in relation to C tier. Jordan Poole, he's just outdated. D. Ben Gordon, outdated. D. Though I love Ben Gordon, you guys know that. Ben Wallace. Yeah, B tier. His regular one would go here as well, his out of position card, especially because he has that duo with Chauncey, which I think is really cool. Both of them would be right here, basically. Bingo Smith, my favorite card in D tier, no question, though he deserves D tier. Evan Mobley, as much as I like Evan Mobley, B. I would say B. People really hyped this card, but he fell off super fast. Joe Johnson. Dude, shout out to Joe Johnson. Yeah, see. See, he's got the stamina of like me after a half pack of American Spirits. Not good. Klay Thompson. This card, it's messed up that this card is still low C tier, but he really is. It's nuts. Bradley Beal. I still think this card's really good. Yeah, he's undersized, but he's very, very good. He's essentially the polar opposite of Evan Mobley, who Evan Mobley objectively sucks. He's just 7 foot tall. Like, Bradley Beal is really good. He's just 6'3". Evan Fournier, D. Hal Greer. Shout out to Hal Greer. This card was my point guard for a minute. I ran him and Jason Terry for a while. That's pretty gross, but you know what? It worked. Avery Bradley, C tier. He's actually really good. Good defender, can attack the rim, shoots threes. This card's pretty fire, honestly. Eric Gordon. Yeah, Eric Gordon was like the next MJ in Illinois, dude. People thought he was about to be like, in truth. Pretty sure he absolutely decimated MJ's sons in a game one time. I remember that. I was young. I think I was like a freshman. Bradley Beal, F. This Bradley Beal, D. This card was pretty good when he came out. Just couldn't play point guard, which hurt him. Byron Scott. Haven't even been introduced to my boy Byron yet in winning time because it hasn't come to that point in the careers. I really hope they continue it. I reference winning time a lot because I'm a big fan. I need to see Kurt Rambis. I need Kurt Rambis, okay? I need it. I really do. Cade Cunningham, D. I mean, this card might be C tier, I guess. I don't know. This one's like... F. He's a day one card. Cam Thomas, D. Jordan Poole is B tier for sure. Yeah. Jordan Poole is really good, actually. Is he better than Ben Wallace or Dwayne Wade? I would say, yeah, because at the point guard, he's so good. So I would actually put him over here high in B tier. I might even put him over this Wade, but it's really a toss-up. It just depends. Oh, big Giannis, S, for sure. People are going to say he's not the best shooting guard in the game, which, I mean, to a certain extent is partially true because I do believe that you can run guys at secondary positions that are better, like Michael Jordan, for instance, is one. You could argue Paul George, I guess, but Giannis, in my opinion, plays better at the small forward anyway. Jason Richardson, B. Low B, but B. He's good. He's better than Rudy Fernandez, I'll say that, with my whole chest, my tiny little bird chest. Karis LeVert, C. Low C tier. He kind of sucks, but he's not terrible. Chris Duarte, I mean, I'm a fan of Chris Duarte, but he's D tier. Same with CJ McCollum. He is not very good. This CJ McCollum is just higher D tier, in my opinion. Like, I'm sorry. If you like CJ McCollum, I just don't think he's it, man. Clyde Drexler, S tier. Worse than Giannis for sure. Better at the shooting guard, but overall worse, if that makes sense. So it's kind of hard for me to rank him properly. I'm not going to rank these two. It doesn't matter. This Clyde Drexler is C tier, though. Like, this Clyde was so much better than we realized when he came out. It's crazy. Really is. David Thompson, trash. He's worse than Dantley. Sexton, really underrated when he came out. That was a really long time ago. Maggette, I would say, is D. Dan Thunder Marley, it hurts me to do this, but D tier, it's been too long. Julius Erving, I think, was also underrated when he came out, but C tier. Hot take of the century, Kevin Red Fury Herter. Dude, Red Skull is nice, man, straight up. Danny Ainge, I hate Danny Ainge, dude. Like, as a person, as a card, just altogether don't like him. Danny Green, D at this point. Joe Harris, dude. Where's my white boy snipers crew at? Yeah, here we go. Down here you go. Daryl Griffith. He's slightly better than like Thompson and Dantley for sure, but he's still F tier. He's like the best card in F tier though. Luka Doncic. Badge and stats wise, he's C tier, but his jump shot is so terrible that I would put him super low in C tier. He's like right here. I'm gonna move this Luka down. I hate this Luka. I don't even care, dude. This Luka's better, and they have the same jumper, so. The defense is much better on this one, but I don't even care, dude. You can fight me in the comments. It doesn't matter. David Thompson. Yes, Skywalker. He's actually pretty good. He's C tier, but he's good. Del Curry and the sharpshooter crew down here. Denzel Valentine. Bulls legend. Salute Denzel Valentine, dude. This Dwayne Wade is A tier just because he has better badge additions. That's the only reason. They're essentially the same card, though. Carbon copies. Derek Anderson, you could actually make a case that this card is still B tier. And if it wasn't for not being able to add badges, I would totally agree with your sentiment, for sure. Deshaun Stevenson, where's Denzel Valentine? D. Desmond Bane. He can't dribble at all. He's just a 3-and-D card, and there's cards that can do that a little bit better in B tier. But if you're a Desmond Bane main, I feel you, dude. Desmond Mason, he's pretty bad, D. Troy Daniels. People were really high on Troy Daniels when he came out, which I kind of understand because he's basically just a slightly tiered lower Del Curry, but like people got a little bit too hard on him. But then again, this is coming from the guy who hyped this out of Vernon Maxwell, which I stand firm on that. He was basically a purchasable Gary Payton, which I really enjoyed at the time, and I'm going to go ahead and put him in C tier, low C tier. Devin Booker. This card can't play defense at all, but I'm still going to put him in C tier. Low C tier by like Bones Highland. Because he's a really good offensive card, especially at the Sapphire tier. This Devin Booker is the best card in C tier. Somebody's going to come in here and say he deserves to be B tier, but he came out like 4 months ago. Dion Waiters. Shout out to Dion Waiters, dude. Max Struss, D tier. Donovan Mitchell, C as well. Just undersized. He's a decent point guard, though. Dunktober, Donovan Mitchell, F. Looks like I accidentally got 2 of them. I still got so many cards to go. I'm gonna die in here, dude. Dante DiVincenzo, C tier. That's my boy, dog. Rex Chapman, also my boy. But he's actually good enough to be in C tier, I will say. Both of them are very, very good. Chapman's good. I would recommend running a bunch of guys, you know, that are above him, over him, but he's fun. Duncan Robinson, yeah, this one's pretty good. I would say C tier for him, right behind Jaylen Brown. Kelly Oubre, he's just outdated, but Kelly Oubre was really good when he came out. Just so expensive, though. Ray Allen's like C tier, I would say. He's still usable in some capacity. Doug West. Doug West is pretty good. One of the unsung heroes of early my team. Well, I mean, he was like season 4, I think. Sam Jones. Once again, another card that I loved. Ray Allen. I mean, he's B tier. I'm just wondering where to put him in B tier. Throw him like right here. People still use Ray Allen. I mean, there's a reason for it. He's still really good. Otis Birdsong. Trash. Quentin Grimes, D. Why do I even have these people in here? I'm so confused. Why am I doing this to myself? Dwayne Wade, D. Evan Fournier, no, not another one, dude. All right. Gary Payton II, low C tier. He's pretty usable at the point guard. He's fine. Gary Trent Jr., yeah, by like Cam Thomas and CJ McCollum. Pretty bad jump shot. Everything else is pretty decent. Oh, Thanasis is dope. For a Sapphire, yeah, he's sick, dude. C tier. He's so useful. Grayson Allen, why? Why? Why do I have to rank this man in C tier? This breaks my heart. But it's true. He is C tier, unfortunately. He's actually kind of usable, to be honest. I'm ranking Duncan Robinson ahead of him because he's just a less offensive white guy. I'm sorry. D'Angelo Russell, D. Anthony Simons, D. Allen Houston, low C tier, but he's C tier. He's all right. Like, he's straight decent. Hershey Hawkins, ugh. It's getting desolate out here. He's up towards the top of D tier. He's actually not too bad. Yeah, let's drop him. Yep. Isaiah Ryder, that's my dude. This card's so hard. Like, I did. This card was tight. I'm moving Cade Cunningham up. Cade Cunningham. I'm starting to get delirious. Jalen Green. Oh, man. B tier. This card's really, really good. I would use him over every single one of the cards in C tier, and I'm dead serious about that. It's not the fever brain, I promise. Gary Harris is trash. I hate this card so much, but objectively, he's better than all the rest of the F tier guys. Jamal Crawford. I actually believe this card is low B tier as well. I do. He's not great as a shooting guard, but not as a shooting guard, but as a point guard, he's really, really solid. I would say he's ahead of Rudy Fernandez for sure. Yeah, Kevin Huerter's just my boy. I can't with the base. He has Trey. Yeah, he's Trey base, right? Yeah, he has Treyway base. Really, really solid. He can move too. Jamal Crawford can move as well. This Jamal Crawford, I'm not even going to rank him. I have like 5 of them already. James Harden, like top of D tier. This card was the best for a while. This James Harden, if he's badged out, low C tier. If he's not, high D tier. This one's C tier for sure. I put him up towards the top. He's still really good, just outdated. Jay Rich, this was my shooting guard for like a month and a half to begin the year. This is my boy. I like this card so much when he came out. This one's like low D tier though. He's not very good. Probably the worst unlimited reward as far as usefulness at the time. Eddie Jones, yes, dude. D. Jaylen Brown, D. Jalen Noel, D. A lot of D tier up in here. Jeff Malone, the T-Mac clone, D. Oh, Jerry Sloan, dude. B tier. Jerry Sloan's really good. Like, first off, you get snatch blocks as a shooting guard who's 6'5", which is dope. I mean, it's Jerry Sloan. He shouldn't be moving the way that he moves, but he does, and he's really, really fun to play with. I'm dead serious. Bulls legend. Jerry Stack Daddy Stackhouse, C. I mean, he's better than he was supposed to be, but yeah, it's not really saying too much. This one's pretty bad. F. JJ Redick, F. Jordan Clarkson, D. Yeah. Buddy Hield's like low C tier. He just can't have badges applied to him, so I'll probably put him in D tier for that reason. But he's really good on its own. He doesn't really need him. Stiff Hagen, yeah, low C tier. Not disrespect to my boy Josh Giddey. A. Very good point guard. I would put him in A on the point guard tier list as well. So I'll go ahead and put him on A right here. He needs some badges for sure. The Jason Kidd jump shot isn't the best, but it's not terrible. Dunktober Giddey, oh my God, F. Josh Hart, he's just a 3 and D card. He's not the worst at it, so I'll put him in C tier. Junior Bridgman's pretty bad. Kendall Gill's pretty tight. D. Kent Bazemore, trash. He shouldn't be here. Sorry. Keon Johnson, I mean, he goes right next to Tony Allen and DeMar DeRozan. Essentially just somebody who can dunk and play defense, like me in real life. Klay Thompson. Ooh. Clay's still like high B tier. He is. Nobody locked in for him, and nobody who did even uses him anymore, but he's still good. This one, I'm going to put 3 Clays in B tier. That's just how good Clay is this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious about that, yeah. Devin Vassell. Yeah, Devin Vassell's tight, C tier. This Clay is also in B tier, for sure. They're essentially the same card. I think this one's slightly better, so I'll put him in B tier. But Kobe Bean Bryant, he's outdated, but he's still like C tier. Kyle Korver, my boy, C tier. This Kyle Korver, not necessarily my boy, F tier. Devin Booker, D. Larry Hughes, dude. He still plays really good defense, but that's about it. I'll put him in D tier. He's not good. Latrell Sprewell, he's C tier. He's not terrible. People said that he was like the most mid card they've ever seen. He's just not the greatest, but he's solid. This Latrell's kind of bad, though. D tier. Dunktober Dort by Duarte, D tier. This Lou Dort, kind of good, though. I'd put him up towards the top of D tier with like Dan Marley and stuff. Yeah. Quickly, F, really outdated. This Luka, I kind of hate this card, but he is a really good Emerald. So for that reason, I'll put him by like Bones Highland and Booker. Luke Kennard, yes, my fucking boy, dude. Malik Monk, D. He's not terrible, though. Put him by like Sam Jones and Sexton. It's not bad. Manu goes by Jamal Crawford. I feel like they're very equal level players. I'm sorry to say that for those of you who love Manu. I put him up here. Yeah, by like Sloan. This Manu, I mean, you can put him in C if you want, but I'm putting him in D tier. Marcus Smart, I'd put up by Manu as well. He's more of a defensive threat, but he's still really, really good. He deserves B tier for sure. This Marcus Smart, people are going to argue that it's C tier, and if you have a badged up one, okay, I'll hear you out. I'll concede. Marquise Johnson, I mean, you could put him in B if you want. I would just put him in C tier. No, he's good enough to be in low B. He's really good, actually. This one's trash. MJ, D. This MJ, low C tier. It's better than Grayson Allen. I refuse to put him behind Grayson Allen. I won't do it. Michael Redd, he's outdated, but like Allen Houston, Ray Allen level for sure. Mo Peterson, definitely towards the top of C tier, but C tier nonetheless. Nick Anderson, that's my boy. Top of D tier for sure. OJ Mayo, D. Other OJ Mayo, C though. Very respectable card. I'd put him up by like Grayson Allen, dude. Paul Arizin, ooh, tough. I'd put him by like Manu and Marcus Smart area. Yep. NBA 75 Dwayne Wade is by NBA 75 Kobe. This Paul Arizin is definitely D tier for sure. Reggie Lewis, very good, but I still think C tier. He's just outdated. Can't wait till we get another Reggie Lewis so I can actually use him. That'd be great. Jimmy Bucket. I would say A. He is one of the best 3 and D cards in the game, and I truly do believe he's significantly better than all of the B tier options. So, Monte, my boy, D. Rip Hamilton. This card's kind of good, dude. This card's pretty good. I have now lost the ability to hear out of my right ear, dude. I am slowly sweating to death, I think. Richard Hamilton. All right. But I'm dedicated. I'm going to finish this tier list regardless how bad the quality is. Or if I start hallucinating, it is what it is. Ricky Pierce, trash. I must be hallucinating. I put Ricky Pierce in trash. Who am I? Ron Boone. A tier name for sure because he sounds like a plumber. But F, Ronnie Brewer. He's like Danny Green level. He's all right. The Brown killer himself. Shannon Brown's pretty not good. Well, he's not worse than Desmond Mason, who I'm going to throw an F. Kobe Bryant. B. Yeah, he's not really that good. He just doesn't have meta dribble sigs or a jump shot at this point. He was the first Dark Matter. What do you want from him, dude? He's trying. We're going to get a new one this weekend. Trust me. Moncrief. Moncrief's good, but I would say C tier. Yeah. Steve Smith, D. He's all right. Terrence Davis, D. He's all right. Terrence Ross, low D. He's all right. Terry Rozier by like Hershey Hawkins somewhere. Tim Legler, dude. D, though. He's not terrible. Trey Mann, I would say, is over here by like CJ McCollum. This card's actually not too bad. Tyler Hero is probably towards the top of D tier. Victor Oladipo, hot take. I'm going to put him in B. Low B, but he's good. He's worse polarizing, in my opinion, but not that much worse. This Victor Oladipo, I'd throw in D tier. Walter Davis, low D tier. Wesley Matthews, also D tier. Will Barton, C tier. He's actually pretty good. I like this card a lot. This card's really fun to use. Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine is so much better than all the B tier guys as well. I would say that. He's not the greatest defensive player, but he's so much better than all the B tier guys. I'm sorry, he is. That's how I would rank it, yeah. This Zach LaVine's probably like C tier. Towards the top, though. Very good. I used him for a while. So, as always, it's been your boy Cheap Loots. I'm so excited to get out of this goddamn room. I'm so happy. Maybe I'll be able to hear out of this ear and not just feel pressure all day. But it is what it is. Thank you for watching the video. I did my best. It's really hot in here. Okay. Drop a like, man. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.